Hey guys, Son of Wonder here. The Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer dropped today, so I'm going to give you guys my quick thoughts. Won't be a long video, and I'm not really doing the music or anything, just a quick thought video. So, I was a big fan of this trailer. It was serious for the most part, and that's what I enjoyed about it. Dramatic. I loved the drama in it. It was kind of funny, the shift of tone between like the beginning of the trailer, like, oh, everything's happy, we're joking around with Ant-Man, just like same tone of the previous Ant-Man movies. It was mainly Ant-Man and the Wasp, I guess. But, you know, same tone of those movies, and then you jump in immediately to this, like, whoa, what are we doing? I mean, they start out, like, he seems to be enjoying his life as a celebrity, but even though everybody keeps confusing him as Spider-Man for some reason, I guess there's too many bug characters to go around, so you get him confused, but I thought that was hilarious. So he's enjoying his life. Then apparently adult Cassie invents some kind of device that's like a signal that can send a signal to the quantum realm, and the device goes crazy and they all get sucked into the quantum realm. And it's funny the build-up that you have between the first Ant-Man movie and then this movie. The first Ant-Man movie, you barely knew anything about the quantum realm. The only thing that you knew was that if you went there, you could never come back, which was then disproven by Ant-Man when he ended up going there and then emerged from the quantum realm. And of course, Ant-Man was shocked and he didn't know how he did it. Then they delve into it more in Ant-Man and the Wasp and discover that, yes, it is like a whole different realm down here, literally the quantum realm, like a whole different dimension. Makes it even more interesting when you think about that's one of the places that Doctor Strange was thrown into in the first Doctor Strange movie when the Ancient One, you know, showed him who's boss and sent him flying across the multiverse when Strange first got to Kamar-Taj. And you get to this movie, and now we fully get to explore it. That's why it's called Quantumania, because you literally are seeing the different, like the actual civilizations of the quantum realm, which I didn't think they would go that far. I knew about Kang City Chronopolis, that was a shrunken city in the comics, so I figured they would do that. But I mean, it looks like we're visiting a whole kind of like, it's almost like Star Wars down there. I never knew that stuff existed in the quantum realm. It came as very much a surprise. We got to see Bill Murray. I was really hoping Bill Murray would play Modoc, because I knew Modoc was going to be in this movie. But apparently he's not playing Modoc. It looks like he's just playing a normal dude. But still, we have Bill Murray in the MCU, and that's a win. I love that idea, and I'm so glad they did that. Speaking of Modoc, we didn't see Modoc in this, but we did see some kind of weird person that the gang meets at the beginning of like when they first enter the quantum realm. Like there's this guy and there's other people. It almost looks like the people on Sakaar that were trying to eat Thor in Thor Ragnarok. Like there's this guy who's got this one glowing eye flashlight thing. I have no idea what he is or who he is. He doesn't seem familiar to me from the comic books, so completely new character, at least to me. Unless it's a redesign of a character that was in the comic books that I know about, which is very possible. They've done that before. There was a part of me that thought that may have been Modoc, but then I was like, no, that would be a way too much of an overhaul. Like, I don't think that's really what they would do. But you see them in all these kind of crazy situations, and we discover that apparently Janet Van Dyne and Michelle Pfeiffer Wasp knew about Kang, and knew that there was a whole civilization down there, and knew that it was dangerous to come to the quantum realm because of that. And so that's a very interesting idea, and I'm glad they did that, because if she ended up like not even knowing that this all existed and all this was completely new to her when she went back there, it wouldn't be a major plot hole, the fact that she spent like the latter part of her life up to this point down in the quantum realm. Like she was there for like years and years and years and years and years, a few decades. It would have been really weird if she hadn't seen anything. But she knew about it, and I'm really glad that they decided to establish that because, you know, again, relieves them of a plot hole, and it brings up an interesting story point. It's like, hey, she knew about this place, but she didn't tell anybody because I guess she just wanted to enjoy her life back in the real world and didn't want to have to worry about whatever she saw down there. But she knew. She full well knew that there was some evil people in the quantum realm. Also, we have our official MCU introduction to Kang the Conqueror, and he looks awesome. It was funny because all the concept art people put out of Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror, the choice of look they chose for him is pretty spot on to the concept art. So I don't know if they hired one of the fans to design Kang the Conqueror, but it's almost identical. And he looks great. Super excited to see him. Definitely a more serious tone of the Ant-Man films. It seems like they're going for like the whole trailer is very similar to the first No Way Home trailer. We're like, hey, we're kind of living our lives, living out the effects of whatever previous MCU installment the character was in. Then something kind of misunderstanding happens that ends up breaking the universe or sending them, in this case, into a different universe and having to deal with the ramifications of that. It's like, I really hope they have a better setup than just Cassie invented a machine that teleports them to the quantum realm. I really hope it has more to it than just a random happening. That was like one of the little problems I had with No Way Home, is like the beginning of that movie with the setup of Doctor Strange. I've always been kind of iffy on that one. Like, you accidentally botched a spell that just happened to destroy your entire life. So it's like, I mean, really hammers home the with great power comes great responsibility. So I hope they don't do exactly that in this movie. I hope they have a better setup. But overall, it looks insane. I'm down for it. I'm down for the more serious tone. It does look like a trailer that would have come out in like Phase 3 or Phase 2 or something like that. Because again, you all know this, not a fan of most of the Phase 4 projects. They've just been too not good is what they've been. They've just been too either mediocre and not good overall. And so this trailer gives me hope. And so does the Wakanda Forever trailers. I'm really hoping they're going back to a serious tone here, and the tone they had before Phase 4, and kind of the Phase 1 and 2 tone. Phase 1 is my favorite phase of the MCU. Just the origins, I think it was the most simplistic, which helped that phase a lot. And it was the MCU at its most humble, which I also think was the reason that I like that one the best, and I think that one's the best. But overall, I'm excited for this trailer. I'm really down for it. I am really down for it, and I'm hoping that the MCU can get back to its former glory, and DC can get back to its former glory too. This trailer gives me hope that maybe, and always in a perfect world, it would have been the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the DC Extended Universe can coexist and be awesome together. It was just with She-Hulk and the different projects that Marvel came out with, I was like, yeah, I don't know if Marvel's doing so hot. I kind of want DC to come out on top. But if Marvel can prove to me that they can still retain their awesomeness, despite all these flops, then I would love it in a world where you could coexist. Marvel and DC could coexist. But, we'll see. And I know what I said about, the ending of She-Hulk essentially breaking the MCU, and that kind of rendered any of other future projects, it almost rendered any of the future projects for me kind of null and void, just because it was like, none of them matter because they're made by a robot. But after seeing this trailer, I'm being still optimistic, and I think it would be best for all of us, like the whole world. I think it would be in our best interest to forget that She-Hulk ever happened and act like that show just never existed, and nothing in the story of that show or any plot points or robots creating the MCU, like none of that exists. That never happened. So if we can just forget about She-Hulk, I think we can be optimistic about the MCU's future. That is my review of the trailer. I'm down for it. I'm excited for it. I think we have some hope. I think we have some hope if the movie can live up to the trailer. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell. Don't forget to... I think that's it. May the Fourth be with you. May the Lord be with you. Have a very blessed day. Goodbye. That's a wrap.